George Perec, Soft Chalk and Pigeons. Werner Herzog, Weighing Mythologies. Floriagi's Gift of Detachment. The Heart of Absence, Patrick Modiano. Rilke, Speak Longing. Uneasy Bridges to Writing a Fine Madness, Helen DeWitt and Robert Walser. Clarice Lispector, The Bareness of Language. Women. Kim Gordon, Star Turns. She is Not Amused. Claude Cahun, Traveling in the Prow of Herself. Dangerous Persuasions. Subjectivities, Three Women. Nancy Sparrow, Grit and Grace. The Ineffable. A Moral Place in the World. Time Bomb. Nostalgia for the Present, Max Blecker. Behind Our Eyelids Dreaming. Trust Accounts. Bastian Adder, Quicksilver and Gone. Spiritualisme, Hilma af Klint, Paul Klee, Kai Althoff. Photography, Out of Ink Blackness, Slowly from the Moon. My Dad and His Buddies, a Photograph. Dreaming Robert Frank, Dreaming Walter Benjamin. The subject is architecture. Measurement and the Missing Subject. A Handle on Building. Architectures of Domesticity. Light's Shadow. The subject is art. Caravaggio, The Desired Body Flares Like an Apparition. The Gaze and the Guess, Fixing Identity in Étant Donné. Time and Paint. Picasso's Guernica, Walter Benjamin, War and Peace. What's up, Doc? What we talk about when we talk about writing about art. Parables, The Woman Who Ate Money, a parable for our times. Say Bird, A Consideration of Interspecies Romance.
The Woman Who Watched a Stone Grow, by Barry Schwabsky. Quote, curiosity being one of the forms of self-revelation, close quote, wrote Joseph Conrad, quote, a systematically incurious person remains always partly mysterious, close quote. There's something a little sophistical in that statement. After all, doesn't every human being, even the most curious of all, remain partly mysterious? But there's a truth in it too, namely, in the idea that one reveals oneself, that is, discloses rather than solves one's mysteries, not through the assertion of the ego, but through the questions one asks of the world around. In writing about figures as different as Clarice Lispector and Kim Gordon, I notice Meeka Walsh explicitly links qualities of curiosity and generosity. I might say the same of her. I've been acquainted with Walsh for a number of years, but it's only since reading the essays in this book that I feel I've come to know her, that she's revealed some of her mysteries to me. That's not because she's the kind of essayist who makes herself her main subject matter, or whose style is constantly yelling or whispering, "Look at me! Look at me!" She looks, she says, quote, for an indication that the writer is present in the work. I'm less interested in his art writing when he is its subject, close quote. But while Walsh does not put herself in place of the subject, she's always somewhere close by. I know she's there because in reading, I get a sense of the range of her curiosities and of their depth and character. Her book opens with its most autobiographical essays, but even those are hardly about self in the usual sense. They're about memories, perceptions, and above all, about the use of reading to make sense of things, and in that sense, they look through the self, if you see what I mean, to grasp whatever it is outside the self that the self wants to know. For Walsh, an observation such as, "I don't remember being hungry," is a clue, not so much to her personal past, to a former state of her own being, as to the otherwise possibly unverifiable suspicion that the local grocery store supplied the kinds of things that, as a little girl, she liked to eat. It's a